Hello, friends. It's Wellness Wednesday, and I promised myself that I would try to get more people engaged on to Wellness Wednesday because we had launched a new app a couple of weeks ago. And by we, I mean the Small Hinges team. So if you go to SmallHinges.Health, you'll be able to download the free app and you can join these Wellness Wednesday discussions. But again, I had promised myself that I wasn't going to really start the Wellness Wednesday chats until we had, dozens of people signed up and downloading the app and joining the Wellness Wednesday group. But what am I waiting for? It's a beautiful day. It's Wednesday. I'm in my office here in Valhalla, New York. I work out of the advanced surgeons office. We're over on 401 Columbus Avenue in Valhalla, which is a part of Westchester County. We're in New York, just 20 miles north of New York City, where I grew up. And today I wanted to talk about a wellness tip that is really for showing up for yourself. So a lot of people come to me and they work with me individually. They work with me on one of the programs that I run on my app. But if you don't show up for yourself and you don't play the game and you don't activate a lot of the things that you're learning and you don't bring them into practice, then you're really not going to do yourself any services when it comes to your wellness and your total health. So what do I mean? So I was talking to someone this morning about showing up and being present and working and trying in our lives. And this conversation was under the pretense of like, I love to golf. So this is for all of you golfers and sports nuts out there. It's a really great analogy that I've been ruminating over, but basically the analogy is when you're playing golf, you show up to the course with a certain set of tools, and those tools are your golf clubs, they're your shoes, they're being prepared, good balls. You need to have good balls in the game of golf. And when you show up to the course, it's not necessarily about who your partners are in the game, but it's really about what you show up with. So the tools that you show up with and just showing up. So you show up to the golf course, you've got your bag, you got your balls, you got all of your sticks, you got your golf clubs. And what do? You don't play with the same tools over and over again. So I don't hit every shot with my driver. I don't hit every shot with my putter. I've got my woods, I've got my irons, and hopefully I have a caddy or partners that are playing with me that can help me learn more about what tools I should use in my practice, in my golf game. So the golf game is really an analogy for life, because there's all sorts of dangerous things that you come across in your golf game. You come across, sand traps, and you can hit the ball out of bounds. You can have like a 10 putt on the green. There's water to get over. We call it the drink. So if you put the ball in the drink, but how do you continuously show up in the game and leave the last hole, the last shot, the last swing behind you? This is a great analogy for our health and showing up for our health, learning what we need to learn, putting into practice the things that we've learned and really activating them, right? Because information is only powerful if you use it. And then lastly, how do you overcome and kind of like restart all the time when you fail, when you fall down, when you hit a crappy shot? I've been in the sand trap more times than I like to admit, and I've really had to learn how to hit my sand wedge to get behind the ball, kind of scoop it out and get it out of that crap, out of the sand. But then the next hole, I might end up back in the sand trap. So how do I course correct and keep showing up for myself? And one of the things that I do in my practice, not just for my clients, but also for myself every day, is I set my intentions and I reset. Instead of restarting, we're going to reset. So if I failed, like last night, I had a couple glasses of wine. I haven't been drinking for the last few weeks. And, I don't feel great this morning. So I'm going to forgive myself and I'm going to reset. What doesn't feel good to me today is I feel a little less clear. I feel foggy. I have less energy than I normally would on a typical day. And so I went back to a tool that kind of like my rescue club for all of you golfers out there. It's a tool that I go back to whenever I need to kind of reset and show back up for myself. So that tool is setting intentions. So there's 4 things that I write down. I write down what I want. I write down why I want that thing, how I'll feel when I get it, and then what I'm going to do to celebrate. So for example, this morning, I woke up feeling a little foggy, a little hungover. So what I want for tonight is to, eat clean and not drink any alcohol so that I can feel energized for tomorrow. And why I want that is because I don't feel my best today. So I want to feel better tomorrow. How I'll feel is I'll have more energy. I have to wake up early to get the kids to school. I will feel clear and ready to tackle the day. And what I'm going to do to celebrate is I'm going to save that glass of wine for later. I'm going to have it when I don't have my kids, when I'm actually traveling this weekend for my birthday. So I'm going to have that glass of wine when I'm getting on the plane to relax, because I am a little bit of a nervous flyer. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to celebrate by pushing it off a couple of days to Friday when I get on the plane. And that's really how I reset. And you can do that in all things in your life, but especially when it comes to your health. You might be trying a very difficult diet. You might be working on the crush inflammation challenge that we have going on right now. And a lot of people, they want to make small hinge strategic changes to their diet and lifestyle, but you can't be perfect. So practice doesn't make perfect. Practice leads you to better tools and better strategies that are more sustainable. And so I'm glad that you are enjoying the analogy. It's just a quick tip for a Wellness Wednesday, and I hope you go to SmallHinges.Health and download the app. It's on Google Play and on the Apple App Store. Just look for the Small Hinges app. Join our community, join our next Wellness Wednesday, but also just get involved and show up for yourself. Show up to the course of your life. It's never going to be perfect, but I promise you it's going to be worth it. Have a beautiful day. I wish you lots of love and yum.